Hi, my name is Mike Celestino. I'm with laughingplace.com. Hi guys, it's so good to meet both of you. Congratulations on the show.
Thank you, Mike.
So first, starting off with Gideon, I want to ask about your character, Devon Izara. She's a Jedi Padawan who escaped Order 66 with her master. What can you tell me about the relationship between those two characters, Devon and Master Daki, and where their heads are at it as the series begins?
It's a very father-daughter relationship, parental. She would go to lengths to protect him, especially because of their past and what they've been through together. She wants to take care of him, and she clearly does things that maybe he frowns upon, that some of his morals go against, but in her mind it's survival, and it is protecting who she sees as family, and that is Daki, and she will go to great lengths to protect him.
Awesome. Thank you. For Sam, you've been voicing Maul for quite a while now, obviously, in the Clone Wars, Rebels, and now here it's sort of the middle point of the character's timeline. How does your approach to the character of Maul change depending on where he is in his journey?
Yeah, it was harder than I thought it would be. You would think you just jump in and start playing the character, but it took a lot more forethought, a lot more discussion with Brad and Matt to figure it out. Because Star Wars being such a wonderfully moral mythology, well, you're putting Maul as one of your point of view characters now. So we're gonna get inside his head in a deeper way. And so how do you maintain the morality of Star Wars while doing that? And while maintaining the integrity of Maul's character. And we certainly have uh, the help of the fact that he's not the only point of view character in this. I mean, Devon is key. She is, the Ahsoka, Luke Skywalker of this journey. But um, but what's interesting is we really do spend so much time getting into Maul's head in a way that we've never done before, right? I mean, if you ask Maul, he would say he's the Luke Skywalker. Well, I don't think he would put it quite in those terms. But really, what it comes down to is this: in order to make what we've discovered is, in order to make this show work, you needn't agree with what Maul does, but you must understand why he feels he must do it. I think I used the word "do it" there appropriately too. I think Palpatine would be proud of that. Why he must do it. Um, he's a very complicated character, a very damaged character. But what's exciting about this story is he is thrust into the most uncertain portion of his life, you know. Because in Clone Wars, he was doing what he'd been programmed to do: manipulate people, build an army, do all these things, take over star systems, take over organizations. But this time, now he's really on his own. He does not have Savage Opress, who he just lost, his brother. He just lost his brother. He's still dealing with the trauma of that. But now that he realizes, he has the courage to admit that his father figure, Sidious, is the initial source of all of his suffering, and is in fact the source of so many people's suffering in the galaxy. So now he has to question everything he learned from that guy. So as he steps forward into this story, it's, yes, he has a plan. Yes, he has all this confidence and swagger, but underneath it is real uncertainty, and him reaching out and trying to figure out what it is that he is supposed to be doing. Even the way he regards Jedi Knights is different, because he was taught to hate them by Sidious. But now he looks back at them, he's like, well, now that I've seen the alternative, and they're all gone, boy, I'd rather deal with them than the alternative. The alternative is terrifying and soulless. The Inquisitors have no principles. They're like black holes. There's nothing that he can understand that drives them, and yet they're winning. It's very disturbing to Maul. So he's really reassessing his entire life, and so yes, that is necessarily a whole new version of the character, and it's always been a new version of the character depending on what era he's in. So it's the old thing that George would always say, or that Dave said to me. He said, if we're not going to do something new, what's the point of doing it? So yeah.
Awesome. That's my time. So I want to congratulate you once more on the show. I'm super excited about it. And thank you for your time.
Thank
Before
you.
you go, Gideon's
Yes.
the real deal. She is spectacular in this series, and her character is completely singular and original in Star Wars. I cannot wait for people to see what she has done.
Yes, I'm enjoying it so far. I got to see the first 8 episodes, and you both did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Thanks.